Rider Japan, welcome. Right, I'm going to paint this wheel. This is a quick job. This is by no means professional level and nowhere near the best that you could do at home. I think ideally you should just remove all the old paint. A lot of work. Painting anything for a car or bike or whatever, the job is like 90% preparation. The last 10% are actually painting it. That's the easy bit. So you want to key the surface, get it totally degreased before you do anything. So that's what I was doing today. So I've been over the whole wheel. Need to do a bit more. And then after that, I'm just going to get brake cleaner on a rag and rub around it. But I'm not going crazy here. This is just a quick job. This is a temporary wheel. This is not what I want on my bike permanently. But I want to change it because the FJ front wheel is 3 inch. This is 3.5. Not a huge difference, but it looks better, and what I've read online, you can actually feel the difference. The bike handles better as well with the wider front wheel. So I'm just zinging around it with this, and then I'll mask off the bits. Oh yeah, if you're painting bike parts, car parts, anything that's like a machine flat surface, don't paint that. Leave that like raw metal. Just mask off the bits. Obviously you don't want to paint, but yeah, as for those that are going to be mated to another surface, don't get paint on there. So that's going to be masked off. I'm going to get a new tyre valve as well, so I'm not too worried about paint going on that. I just want all the surface scuffed a little bit, and then obviously free of dust, free of grease, and then I'll spray it. Bit of effort to do a good job, but like I say, this is a temporary fix on my bike. I want to eventually get R1 suspension, front wheel, top yoke and all that, and brakes. It's all upgrade because there's a lot of FJ is a really good bike, but there's a lot of crappy parts attached to it. The brakes especially, suspension, the wheels, thin crappy wheels on there. So just, it's an old-fashioned bike, air-cooled old muscle bike. You just modernise it a little bit. There's massive improvements. I'm going to say modernise it, fitting parts which are 20 years old. Next, get some sturdy wire. It's just like 2mm round wire, just from the gardening section in a hardware store. Yeah, I'm going to hang my wheel in the centre lock-in thing with these step ladders, and then we will spray paint it. And I know the internet is easily upset. You might be rocking backwards and forwards, shouting with foam coming out of your mouth, saying I've got to use primer. Here's a motorcycle that I painted the wheels on in 2016. It's now 2025, so call it 9 years. That's 9 years of constant abuse. Commuter bike, daily bike, gets ridden hard, gets ridden almost daily, gets ridden often. 9 years, look. There's little chips on it. That's as bad as it got. 9 years of constant use. So, bollocks to primer. This job's a little bit easier for me as well because I'm going white over white, changing the colour. Maybe you've got to do more work removing the paint, or you're going to have to do more painting. I don't know. Just like that. Give that a moment to dry and then I'll do it again. Okay, next day having a quick look at it with the cat. Yeah, this is a temporary wheel. It's a quick paint job. It's perhaps you could call it a bodge job, poorly masked, whatever, just using the cheapest paint I could find, doing it as quick as possible. So it's never going to be perfect, never going to be perfect. So there are, where you pay the penalty for not removing all the paint before, you get little kind of rough spots where the paint doesn't seem to stick nicely over it and you get little lumps and stuff. I don't know, weird patchy stuff like that, weird patchy things going on. Don't know if that's showing up on the screen. There's little black dots, little parts where the paint's not sticking for some reason. I could buff over that again, perhaps improve it with another coat. It's might help, but not really bothered. That side of the wheel quite happy with, but this side of the wheel is worse. This is a patch where a lot of paint had come off. Like I say, this is a bit of a bodge job, but that does bother me, so I'm going to buff over that and paint over that again. But basically, another little spot there, look. Okay, calling it finished. It's quite a few coats, sprayed it on little bit by little bit. Something weird going on here. Like I buffed that back twice and tried to repaint over it really gently. It just paint won't stick there. I don't know what is going on with that. Just like something in the metal. It was quite bad around here. That was the worst part of the whole wheel. Painted over it, looked terrible, buffed it back, improved it, buffed it back again, got a little bit better. Still not perfect, but like I've probably mentioned 100 times already, not really aiming for perfection, I'm just aiming for a it'll do job. So again, that was a spot. Just can't get paint to stick to it nicely. Anyway, if you cut corners and don't have the right equipment, don't spend any money, you can't expect a perfect job, so good enough. Cool.